there. The weather's allowed us outside this week, so welcome to my balcony. And how did you go cleaning financial house after week one's SMART start, or the S in stop throwing away money? Because, look, every dollar you pay off debt is a dollar on which you'll never again pay interest. So in itself, every dollar is a really powerful thing. Every dollar gets you that bit closer to building your best, most free life. Truly, I'd love to hear how much money you were able to find. And if you're home smart like you, my free Nicole's Fast Smart Money flash briefings on Amazon Alexa and the videos of aim to keep you current with critical intel. You may not have thought about it, but staying current is key when it comes to credit in particular, because how it affects us is changing faster than it ever has. Paul?
The challenge for your generation that my generation didn't particularly have, it's always been really very hard for my generation to spend more than they earn. Yeah. Because, credit cards have only been around since 1980. Right. For me at uni, if I ran out of money at the pub at 10 o'clock, you went home. Yeah. No ATM.
So money is for spending. Bet you didn't expect me to say that. There are two pretty key caveats though. Firstly, not all at once. The big idea is to stop working at some point, but keep getting paid. More about that in week 3. The second caveat is that the dumbest money move is to spend it when you don't have it. And this is smart money. If you've never thought about it before, anything you buy on credit usually costs you more than the price on the label. From a hat all the way through to a house. That's interest. And the longer it takes you to repay, the more money you're donating to a lender, right? So the M in my SMART acronym stands for Master Your Debt. Or if you've cleverly stayed in the black, looking at how you can use that as a launchpad to your best, most comfortable life. As always, I'm going to make this as quick and crucially as easy as possible. We are going to look at the shortcuts to ditching your debt in the order you should pay it off. So that credit card, your personal loans, and then what I call the mortgage busting masterstroke. And I'll give you vital tips if you're in the market for a new one of those in our current lending environment, which is pretty tough. Why do I like this order? Because it's generally highest interest rate to lowest interest rate. The exception might be if you'd find it more motivating to knock them off, say in size order, smallest to biggest, so you feel like you're really getting somewhere. Note that'll often cost you more though. I'll also touch on what I consider far more dangerous stuff this week, the explosion in buy now, pay later services. And the thing I hate about Afterpay is it really makes the kind of purchasing, paying part of the transaction an afterthought. There can be so much pain after pain. I'll explain the huge trap set by payday lenders too. So priority number 1 is probably your credit card. If you're paying a typical 17% interest, 17% on a credit card balance, you are getting ripped off. There are cards charging some 10% less. Better still, there are free ones. Here's me in studio for a change, actually being interviewed by my lovely, not clued up in this respect, sister-in-law.
What's a 0% credit card? I've never heard of it.
There you go. So it's a balance transfer deal that lasts for a finite period of time. So you can transfer what you already owe on a credit card to one of these deals. You can knock off the debt within that period and then you actually pay nothing in interest, as opposed to so much of your repayments going on these, as I say, 17% interest rates levied by many of the big institutions, which is just punitive. And that's why I call them get out of jail free cards. You'll need to be sure you freed up every cent you can from week 1 though. They've just tightened card approval rules, so you need lots of wiggle room in your finances to qualify. There are also 2 golden rules to make a balance transfer work. These are so key. Number 1, divide your transfer debt by the number of interest-free months and move heaven and earth to repay that amount every single time. And number 2, put both cards on ice, even in ice, in a bowl in the freezer if that's what it takes. New spending on a balance transfer card will from day 1 attract an eye-watering interest rate. Ditto if there's still money to repay at the end of the 0% period. Set an alarm. Finally, if you use buy now, pay later services, making a fortune allowing people to delay pay, say for 8 weeks at a time, and have it hooked up to a credit card, please stop. A debit card is one thing. An impulse shop can only hurt your bottom line to an extent, and they'll cut you off quick if a repayment bounces. But a credit card means one will never bounce, and you risk turning short-term spend into long-term credit card debt at that 17%. These so tempting facilities, because even the best money managers have gone on an unbudgeted shopping spree at one point or another, make it too easy to do debt damage. Okay, lecture over. And now we find ourselves at priority number 2, your personal loans. And you'll start to see a pattern here. The big banks will slug you an average 7% more for a 3-year unsecured personal loan. Given the average personal loan is now $23,000, whatever you've bought will cost you an extra $9,000. So not $23,000, but $32,000. And if it's a lavish holiday, all you'll have to show for it is pictures. As usual, the quicker you repay, the less you'll pay. Special note about cars too. The most common reason people take out a personal loan, while you are doing nothing but driving its value down, the instant you drive it off the showroom floor, if you buy new, its price goes up and up until finally you repay it. If you can, save and pay cash. Okay, that would be difficult for a house, paying cash, I mean. But a mortgage is in fact a great forced savings vehicle and used smartly way to secure your future. I can also tell you firsthand, there is no greater life freedom than owning your own home outright, knowing that no one can take this from you, that all your work, your break and your location decisions are made without the grinding weight of a monthly mortgage commitment. That's not going to happen if you only repay the interest on your home loan. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if that's what you're doing at the moment, at the end of this term, you'll probably be forced to start actually paying it off. So your repayments will leap. Here's serious me. Banks took on too much risk by extending these interest-only loans, especially on owner-occupied properties, your homes, and the repayments could now go up 63%. Get ahead as fast as you can now to protect yourself. Because for everyone, a fully paid off roof over your head, as quick as possible so it's as cheap as possible, should be your number one financial goal. Think about it, that average $400,000 loan, I know, apologies, but it's true across the country. That $400,000 loan would cost you $700,000 if you took the full 25 years to repay it. But the price of your home drops to only $640,000 if it takes you 20 years to pay off, to $570,000 if it takes you 15 years, and to just $510,000 if it only takes you 10. So it's only $110,000 in interest, as opposed to $300,000, at which point all that other money becomes yours. The most painless way to achieve this is do what I call up stumps, but still stump up. So simply get a better deal and keep repayments the same. So you're making a free overpayment each and every time. That shaves not just money, but time off your mortgage for no extra cost. My Mortgage Freedom Date free app automatically calculates for you how much it would be. Today, on the average $400,000 mortgage, switching from a big bank rate to the best rate would mean a no-pain overpayment of $430, which would save you more than $180,000 and 6 years. The ACCC has even just confirmed it. The Big Four have been getting away with, wait for it, high-rate robbery. For the best strategy to actually get approved for a new loan in this tougher lending environment, here are my top tips from just last month, in some very kind light.
Money educator Nicole Pedersen-McKinnon has some key ways to beat the banks in the lending game.
So a potential lender is going to do a couple of tests to find out if you can handle a loan. They're going to stress test the amount for a 7% interest rate. So you can do that yourself to see how close you're going to get. Then they're going to check your net disposable income. Everything you've spent money on in the last 3 months, and I mean everything. So don't spend much at all. Which only leaves payday lenders to talk about. That these unconscionable loan sharks continue to be allowed to operate just baffles me. They charge astronomical fees, up to 200% if you can't meet the repayments. If, say, your fridge or car has broken and you can't pay for it, Google something called the No Interest Loan Scheme, run by a not-for-profit organisation. It's for real. In fact, I gave the keynote at their national conference recently. Well, I tell you what, it's an honour to be introduced by Effie as well, I must say. Lovely to see you all here this morning. And if any of you have seen me around the conference in the past 24 hours or so, you'll probably have noticed that I'm not very big. It was relevant, I promise. Now, if you ever feel really desperate, actually talk to your creditors and ask to be put in touch with their hardship departments. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but they want the money somehow, no matter what pace they get it. Or better still, call a free financial counsellor on this number. So who is it? What sort of families, what sort of people find themselves in the situation of needing to call on money care?
It's one of the things I love about the job, the versatile clients that you do get in. So it's not just all of those who need just a bag of groceries. And are the people who have earned a lot of money. They've been up there earning over $150,000 and they're made redundant, just like that overnight. But they've had no say because they haven't been earning that amount of money for long, so therefore they've got no backup.
In weeks 4 and 5, I'll show you how to make sure you are never caught short and vulnerable. But that was week 2, or the M in your SMART money makeover. Master your debt. And your most important missions are to get a balance transfer credit card if you need one and switch to a far sweeter mortgage deal. Next week, we're at A for amass a cash stash. Doesn't even have to cost you anything. In the meantime, sign up for those Nicole's Fast Smart Money Amazon Alexa weekly flash briefings to get the very latest information on your money, or watch the videos, probably where you're watching this. Hit the little bell on my YouTube channel, Nicole's Smart Money, to get notified when I upload the next of these, and Google See First on Facebook so my video posts don't get lost there. Remember, you can curate your life. And I'll see you next week, week 3 of your 5-week makeover, to show you the surprisingly easy ways to fund your best life. You're halfway there. But now, get cracking on your credit.